Alrighty, I'm a little late to the parties, but I was on time. I was 10 minutes early. So tell me what happened.
Basically, a guy at work cracked his 65 block in his Mustang, and I don't know how you do that in a 6-cylinder, but he managed to do it, and he knew that I was going to do an engine swap. So why not just do it? You know, perfect reason to get out and just get this thing out, because I was going to do the swap anyway. So now I don't have to inventory a 6-cylinder engine.
Yeah.
All I have now is just a transmission, which I'll probably clean up, take the linkage and the vacuum lines and tubes and whatnot, and put it up on junkyardfind.com. So in the meantime, though, I've got to clean out the entire engine bay, figure out what needs to be replaced as far as speedometer cable. I know needs to be replaced. I have to reroute the fuel line. I have a couple power steering hoses that need to be replaced, so now I can get to it very easily. I don't have to get under the car, and I can swap out the accelerator pedal linkage, and then I can move forward for the stainless steel brake, disc brake install for the front.
So how'd it go pulling out the engine?
Actually, it wasn't too bad. I mean, obviously the problem was I forgot to put a cap on the transmission tail shaft after I pulled out the drive shaft, and got it jacked up and started to tilt it over, and then obviously got Niagara Falls with the transmission fluid. So I'll have to clean that up before it soaks in deep in my cement, and we'll clean that up. But otherwise, not too bad. I mean, for a 6-cylinder, you're looking at maybe an hour. I mean, I had all the other stuff pretty much off, starter and alternator and the power steering.
Brackets and
yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah, the brackets and whatnot. I mean, I had a little bit of stubborn bolts, and getting to some stuff was a little bit difficult, but overall it wasn't too bad. I probably spent more time removing the power steering brackets than anything else. So the radiator went quick, and after you get the radiator, most of the stuff goes pretty fast. So I'm pleased overall. Obviously a lot to clean, but that's cool. What I'm going to do is put a 302 in it with another C4 and an 8-inch for the rear. And the 302, I need to go through some pistons and replace one, and probably deglaze the rest of the bores, and hopefully I can save it. It's already 30 over, and so I'll be putting that together as well, in between cleaning this and working on the engine. So that's the plan. This is the 302, which I got used, and it looks like I have to have the heads worked over a little bit, and I will be checking the number 5 cylinder here for a little bit of wear. We had a little bit of scoring, so I'll pop out that piston and check it out and see if what needs to be done. Hopefully it's just a honing and a ring replacement, and I will obviously replace the timing chain, because once it's off, it's a good time to replace it. You don't want a whole lot of slack in here. You want the timing to be dead on, and while it's all apart, that's the best time to do it. And then I'll be replacing all the gaskets as well, and spending a little more time with cleaning this thing up and making it look really good. I'll be probably getting rid of these factory valve covers as well. And regarding the timing chain cover, I'll obviously be cleaning this up. We'll be replacing the oil dipstick tube and the front seal here. Get all this crud off, clean up all the scale, and I'll be putting on a new timing pointer as well, which will be mounted with these 2 holes. So we'll get this all cleaned up, definitely. But I think we have something to work with. Now, as far as the valley of the engine, I mean, overall it's pretty clean, and the lifters, not a lot of wear. I didn't notice any flattening of any lobes via the lifters, but everything seems to be okay. The push rods have obviously removed, and I didn't see any visual problems with those. A couple of them had a little bit of a slight bend to it, but I'm going to be replacing all the push rods as well. So I'm thinking no worries as far as that. As far as the induction system goes, I'm going to be replacing the factory cast iron 2-barrel manifold with an Edelbrock Performer 289 intake manifold. Now, this manifold is a dual plane design and will accommodate, in my case, a Holley 600 CFM carburetor, which I will also have as with an electric choke. So I want to be able to get more performance out of the 302, obviously save a heck of a lot more weight than this factory cast iron unit. Now the fasteners I'm going to use to put down the new intake manifold are going to be these ARP stainless steel polished hex nut bolts that are 5/16 18 by 2 inches long, and they look great. So all the fasteners I'm going to try to use will be ARP because they make great products. Yeah. I'll have to replace the 5-lug, which the front disc brake kit is 5-lug. So I have 5-lug wheels I gotta get some tires, and then when we do the rear end swap, that'll be 5-lug. So we'll have to make a plan of attack, sort of like an assembly line.
We got plenty of work.
Oh, it's a ton of work. Yeah. Well, we'll learn a lot. At least the engine's out. You can get to things a little bit quicker.
All right. Whenever you're doing a project like this, always bag and tag your parts. You might think you might remember, oh, I'll remember that a week from now, but that week from now turns into a month from now, into 6 weeks from now. Sharpie and some cheap bags.
Time for a bath. These are like water pump pulley bolts and spark plug wire separator, power steering bracket, heater hose.
Make sure to mark it. Who knows when that's going back on.
This was my grandmother's car. She bought it new in 1967 up in Pasadena, California. Drove it till 1986, and then she gave it to me when I was in high school, and it was a daily driver until 2 years ago, so that would be 2012. So this car has about 340,000 miles on it. The engine we just pulled that was the original engine, been rebuilt once, and I rebuilt the head once. That was back in like late 90s. So definitely got my money's worth out of this car. So we'll put a 302 in it and put some more life back into it.
Go from ponies to horses.
No replacement for displacement.
Okay, things are going better than planned. So we're going to go ahead and get the transmission ready for storage. Take off stuff that we need for the new transmission, and then we'll noodle around in the engine bay, motor mounts, maybe the speedo cable. We're not ready for brakes yet because we don't have rubber on the wheels. Plus it's a hot day and the ground's wet now. So we'll just tinker around, get a few things done. Get out those 1/2 inch and 9/16.
That's right.
Worst case scenario of 5/8.
The big boys.
3 bolts. Piece of cake.
Don't say that yet, man. You still got to do the other side.
Yeah. Okay, this side was fun.
It ain't over till it's over.
It's nice working on a clean engine.
Sure is, man. Yay. Oh, that looks a heck of a lot better. So I'll work on a hill.
Alright, got the motor mounts out. Got some stuff for the new, this is the newer transmission. Pulled the stuff we need from that. We're actually ahead of schedule, so it's hot out. We're going to call it a day. So next step is we got to get some rubber, because if we're going to do the front end first, we got to get some.
Got to put some wheels on it, so I got to put some tires on some wheels so I can put the car back down on the ground.
And
then we can move
same
it
thing
back.
if we do the rear end, we need something to set it down on.
Right. So next step will be tires.
But I think we should do the front end first.
Yeah. Do the front disc brake install.
What company was that?
Stainless steel brake.
Okay.
SSBC.
SSBC. So that way, do the fronts, and then hopefully get some product for the rears.
Yep.
Because why do it twice?
No, we're not doing it twice.
Well, I mean on the rear end.
I'm not doing it twice.
Yeah, so make sure we have all the components for the rear. But I think we did pretty good for the first day.
I think we did pretty awesome. Alright, cool.
Did you come up with a name for this project yet?
The project Nickel and Dime, baby.
Nickel and Dime.
Nickel and Dime. That's right.